Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Today is Monday, January 24th, 2022. It is the 101st day of school. I'm Mr. Butcher. It's my job to keep you guys safe so that you can show us how excellent you can be. Hopefully you left your average at home or on the bus and you are ready, being in the right place at the right time with the right stuff, to have a respectful, treating others the way you want to be treated, and responsible, doing your job with a smile on your face and giving perfect day. Ready, respectful, and responsible day. Speaking of responsibilities, our first responsibility each day is to be ready to show respect for the rights that we have in this country and at this school. We do this by daily saying the Pledge of Allegiance, doing our school pledge, as well as our moment of silence. When we do our pledge, we want you to stop what you're doing, stand up tall, put your hand over your hearts like this, say the pledge loudly, clearly, and with pride. If you guys would please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge. I pledge myself as a Kennedy Dragon to be ready for the day ahead of me. I'll be respectful of myself, my teachers, and all others I meet throughout the day. I promise to be responsible for myself, my actions, and my learning. I'll work my hardest to be the best dragon I can be. All right, our second responsibility each morning is to try to keep each other safe by slowing down the spread of germs. We can do this by frequently washing our hands. When we wash our hands, we want to use soap and water. If we don't have access to soap and water, we can always use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When we wash our hands, we want to get all parts of our hands, the palms of our hands, the backs of our hands, in between our fingers and our fingertips, our wrists and our thumbs. When we wash our hands, we want to do it for at least 20 seconds. So let's model what good hand washing looks like now. Get the palms of your hands, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the back of your hands, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the back of your other hand, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in between your fingers, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your fingertips, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your other set of fingertips, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your other thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your wrist, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your other wrist, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now your hand should be nice and clean. All right, now that we have washed our hands, we've done our moment of silence, we've done our pledges, it is time to start our day by showing respect for those that have birthdays. Happy birthday to Haley Rutledge, who's 9, and Robert Mason, who is 11. We'll make sure you guys get your birthday ribbons. All right, our next responsibility, and responsible is doing your job with a smile on your face and giving perfect effort, is to make our lunch choice. Today's lunch is hot dog with creamy coleslaw, celery sticks, fresh celery sticks, Doritos, and applesauce. If you do not want a hot dog, you can always get PB&J or yogurt and muffin. All right, it's time for our writing activity and our vocabulary activity for the week. Here's our picture of the week. All right, there we go. I love this picture. So today, just looking at the picture, just trying to get you some ideas flowing, get excited about what you could put in here. Not much in this picture, but tomorrow we're going to ask you for nouns, persons, places, things. On Wednesday, we're going to ask you for verbs, action words. And on Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to ask you for adjectives and adverbs, those describing words and ones that give you more detail. And then on Friday, prepositions and prepositional phrases. So not much in this picture, but there's a lot in this picture. So use this to get some vocabulary and some writing skills and ideas going. Right now, time for our math problems of the week. We have a K1, a 2-3, and a 4-5 question. So there'll be 3 questions. You guys can do them all if you want to. You can do one of them if you want to. If you want to do one above your grade level, you can. If you want to do one below your grade level, you can. But show your work on the whiteboard that your teacher has access to. Here's our K&1 question of the week. Mr. Vickers has 12 goldfish for his afternoon snack. Some fell out on the table. You can see it there in the picture. How many are still in the cup? Don't forget to show and explain your answer. Here's our second and third grade question. Mr. Butcher purchases 4 cans of cat food at each pet store. How many cans of cat food will he have in all after going to 5 pet stores? Use a number line to explain your answer. Don't forget to show your work and explain your answer on the whiteboard. Here's our fourth and fifth grade question. Miss Peavy and Miss Coletta went to eat s'mores on their camping trip. Miss Peavy will only use 4/7 of a chocolate bar for a s'more, and Miss Coletta will only use 2/9 of a chocolate bar. Between them, Miss Peavy and Miss Coletta ate 3 s'mores. How many chocolate bars did they use? Don't forget to show your work and explain your answer on the whiteboard. All right, here is our morning message. Our morning message is on caring and relating to others. Remember the 10 commandments of human relationships that we've talked about. Here are the last 5. Rule number 6, be interested in others. Rule number 7, be generous with your compliments. Number 8, be thoughtful of what others feel. Number 9, be thoughtful of what others think. And number 10, be helpful. Once again, these are rules that are very simple, but we know that if we practice them, they would make a real difference in our lives and in the lives of other people. Remember to always be caring, generous, thoughtful, and helpful towards others. Remember, simple ideas can produce the greatest results. With something to think about, I'm Mr. Butcher. Make today your masterpiece or not. Remember, the choice is yours. Simple. Be caring, generous, thoughtful, and helpful towards others. On a countywide mandate, there are times where you are required to wear your mask, like on the bus, or if you are quarantining at school in a mask because you are exposed to COVID. So let's model what it looks like when we put our mask on the correct way. Make sure it's over your nose, your mouth, and your chin. Make sure it's tight around your ears so it doesn't fall down. You guys have a great day. That is all we have for announcements, so please help me.
Me and your teachers keep you safe. That is our job.
And your job is to help us keep you safe.
And you can help us by being a ready, respectful, and responsible student who is focused on graduating in the year.
Because when you are a ready, respectful, and responsible student focused on graduation, you are fully committed to student success. I love you very much. Have a great day. Here's today's Read Aloud. It is Why Do You Love Me? It is written by Dr. Laura Schlesinger and illustrated by Daniel McFeely. So the author is the person that wrote the words and the illustrator is the person that drew the pictures. As I read, I'm going to try to model what good readers do, which is to read fluently, which means I read the words correctly at a good pace. Not too fast, not too slow, and with expression. And as I read, this is a great time for you to practice what good readers do when they're reading a story or they're listening to a story being read to them, and that is to focus on, this is a fiction book, focus on the characters, who or what the story's about, the setting, where and when the story's taking place, and the sequence of events, what happens first, next, and last. And then also, too, ask yourself questions about the story and be able to answer them correctly. What just happened? Why did it happen? How did it happen? What do I think is going to happen next? Because we want you to understand what you're reading, which is called comprehension. So here we go. Dr. Laura Schlesinger's Why Do You Love Me? Sammy's mother finished his bedtime story and kissed him on the tip of his nose. This always made Sammy smile. "I love you," she said. Sammy smiled again and looked at her. "Why do you love me?" he asked. This made Mother smile. "Why do you think I love you?" she asked. Sammy thought for a while. "Because I'm so good at karate," he said. "Or because I won the race last Saturday?" asked Sammy. "Or because I picked up all my toys today?" asked Sammy. "No," said Mother. "You mean you don't care what I do?" asked Sammy. "I care very much," said Mother. "I'm proud of you for trying your best. I love seeing you have fun, and I appreciate when you pick up your toys, but those are not the reasons I love you." "Why not?" asked Sammy. "Because you don't have to be good at karate or be first in a race. or always be neat and tidy for me to love you, said Mother. Oh, said Sammy, still wondering why. Then do you love me because I helped Matthew when he fell down? Or because I said you could use my bike to go to the store? Asked Sammy. Because I'd bring you juice in the morning? Asked Sammy. No, said Mother. Why not? Asked Sammy. When you are kind and thoughtful, said Mother, it shows me the love in your heart, and that touches my heart. But that's not why I love you. I love you because you're the only one and only Sammy there will ever be in the whole wide world, and you're mine. That's enough for me to love you all the time. Sammy grew quiet. He thought for a moment or two, and then he asked, Is there ever a time that you don't love me? No, she said. Sammy looked surprised. You mean you still love me when I yelled at you yesterday? Sammy asked. Or after I hit Peter for taking my truck? Sammy asked. Or when I crayoned on the wall? Asked Sammy. Yes, said Mother. I still loved you. You mean you loved the things I did? Asked Sammy. No, said Mother. I was very angry. I didn't love the yelling or the hitting or the cleaning off of the crayon markers, but I still loved you. How come? Asked Sammy. Mother grew quiet for a moment and then said, Because, Sammy, the love in my heart is like the sun in the sky. It's always there, even when you can't see it. Like on a cloudy day? Asked Sammy. Yes, said Mother. Exactly. When we are angry or sad, it's like a cloudy day and things seem really gloomy. But we know the sun is still there, and it will shine again. Sammy thought for a moment. But sometimes when I feel very angry with you, like when you send me to my room or say I can't play with Peter, I don't feel like I love you at all. I know what you mean, Sammy, said Mother. It's hard to feel the soft feeling of love when you're feeling sad or angry or hurt. So what do I do? Asked Sammy. First of all, said Mother, you're going to feel whatever you are feeling. Angry, sad, hurt, lonely. Whatever the feeling is, it's all right to feel it. But then take the time to remember that love is like the sun up in the sky. It's shining warm in your heart, even on the angry, cloudy days. So that's how come you love me all the time, no matter what? Asked Sammy. Yes, said Mother. No matter what. I'm glad, said Sammy, kissing his mother on the tip of her nose. Why Do You Love Me? By Dr. Laura Schlesinger. And that's true. You know, your parents, they always love you. They might get upset with you and they might yell sometimes, and sometimes you may have a little bit of punishment, but it's because they love you and they don't want to see you make the mistake. Same thing with your teachers. They always love you. No matter what you do, they don't always love what you do, but they always love you.